Have you ever been to a place so ridiculously beautiful that you start to wonder, should I even tell anybody about it? Welcome to Camp Sherman. This is the kind of place that feels like it should only exist in old postcards or maybe a Bob Ross painting.
Let's decide. Maybe there's a happy tree. He lives right there. See there? Look at that. Isn't that a nice little tree? We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
The river is crystal clear, the pine trees are massive, and the pace of life is slower than dial-up internet. And yet, if you're not looking for it, you can cruise right by on Highway 20 and never even know it's there. Today, we're diving into everything you need to know about Camp Sherman. Its history, what makes it unique, the endless recreation, the tiny but mighty community. And yes, we'll even talk a little bit about what it's like to own a home or a cabin here. So grab your coffee and maybe a fly rod, and let's get after it. Camp Sherman is about 15 miles northwest of Sisters in the Deschutes, deep in the Deschutes National Forest. And here's the big deal. This isn't just your average mountain community. The crown jewel of Mount Sherman is the Metolius River, which literally bubbles up out of the ground here at the Metolius Springs. 1 second there's nothing, and then the next second, boom, full-blown Metolius River. Already cold, already clear, already perfect. The name Metolius actually comes from a Warm Springs word meaning whitefish, which kind of makes sense because this is a world-renowned river for fish, for trout, for rainbow trout, and for bull trout. And also for being one of the most regulated and protected rivers in all of Oregon. You're not gonna see big housing developments or strip malls here. In fact, most of the land is public or Forest Service leased. And that has kept Camp Sherman feeling, well, exactly as it has for decades. The downtown, and I use that term loosely, is really just a general store, maybe a small cafe, and then a few rustic cabins. This area's history goes back thousands of years with the Warm Springs tribes, who hunted, fished, and gathered here long before settlers arrived. The name Camp Sherman itself actually comes from Sherman County wheat farmers who used to travel here in the 1900s to escape the summer heat. They'd camp along the Metolius all summer long. And over time, those canvas tents turned into wooden cabins. And those cabins become the rustic vacation homes that you see here today. One of the things that I really love about this area is that it's not trying to be flashy. There's no ski resort, no luxury hotel tower, just an authentic, old school river community where the soundtrack is wind through the pines and the occasional woo from somebody landing a big fat trout. So if you're here for the outdoors, period. Fishing is the big draw. The Metolius is one of the most famous fly fishing rivers in the West. You're dealing with gin clear water, picky trout, and some of the most scenic riverbanks you'll ever stand on. It's all catch and release, barbless hooks only, and it'll humble even the most experienced anglers. Hiking, you've got the West Metolius River Trail that follows the river for miles. The Wizard Falls Fish Hatchery and quick access to the Mount Jefferson Wilderness. Black Butte is just up the road if you want a good leg-burning climb with insane views at the top. And then cycling, road bikers love the ride from Sisters to Camp Sherman for its quiet curves and scenery. And then camping, oh yeah. There are several campgrounds right along the river, and because this is Forest Service land, the vibe stays low-key and in tune with nature. I'm telling you, camping here is unreal. It's just the best. And then in the winter, while you won't be skiing right here, Hoodoo is just like 20 minutes up the road. But honestly, one of the best things to do here is unplug. Sitting on the porch with a cup of coffee, watching the river go by, the wind through the trees, and just really understanding and feeling what it's like to completely disconnect and to unplug. Hey, by the way, if you love learning about unique little pockets in Central Oregon, from Bend to Sisters to places like Camp Sherman, then you definitely need to subscribe to this channel. We talk about everything from recreation to real estate and living in Central Oregon. So go ahead, hit the little bell notification, subscribe. That way you'll always know when we release a new video. And then of course, if you or somebody you know is thinking about buying or selling here in the area, my real estate team and I would love to be your local resource of choice. You can reach out to us at KrommRealEstate.com, and back to the show. Camp Sherman is tiny, like really tiny, like around 200 residents that are full-time. Now the crowds that you see in summer are just visitors and tourists, and they just sweep through, they're coming and going. This creates an interesting rhythm where it's quiet and slow in the wintertime, but then it's buzzing with activity in July and August. The Camp Sherman store is the heart of the community, where you grab your groceries, your morning coffee, your fishing license, and the latest gossip about who's catching what downriver. There's a Metolius River fly fishing festival? I don't know. Events here are subtle. You won't find a parade here every weekend, but there are events that bring the community together. The Metolius River Fly Fishing Festival, local art shows, and community gatherings keep this small town charm alive. And of course, Sisters is only 20 minutes up the road if you want a bigger festival fix, although only slightly bigger. All right, let's talk about owning a slice of this paradise. Because real estate here in Camp Sherman is different. Most of the property here is on Forest Service leaseholds, meaning you own the cabin, but not the land. You only lease the land from the Forest Service. These leases are long-term, but it's not the same as owning the dirt outright. And that affects financing, insurance, and resale. So if you're thinking about buying here, you definitely need an agent who knows the ins and the outs. You'll find rustic cabins, some dating back decades, often with wood paneling and stone fireplaces, updated vacation homes with owners who've modernized while keeping that classic River Lodge feel. And then a few private parcels, rare and expensive, with big river frontage or big forested lots. Because inventory is so limited, prices can be sky high for, a home that's really not maybe that big. But remember, you're not paying for the house, you're paying for the lifestyle here. It's not the kind of place where you buy for a quick flip. It's a place that you buy because you want your mornings to start with the sound of the Metolius. In a world where so many small towns and communities have been turned into these gigantic tourist traps, Camp Sherman has somehow resisted this fate. With the combination of public lands and Forest Service oversight, and then just a deeply passionate community about keeping it small and quaint, has really ensured that this community is going to stay this way for years and years to come. Peaceful, rustic, and deeply connected to nature. Now, it's not necessarily for everyone. If you need a target within 5 minutes, you're going to be disappointed. But if your dream is to step outside and be in the middle of a postcard, to trade city noise for river sounds and traffic lights for starlight, then this place will grab your heart and never let go. Camp Sherman isn't just another dot on the map. It's a reminder that places still exist where life moves at the pace of a river. Whether you're here for a weekend, a summer, or a lifetime, Camp Sherman is sure to grab a piece of your soul and never let go. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. Drop a comment down below if you've been to Camp Sherman before. I would love to hear from you. And as always, remember, if you or somebody you know is looking to buy or sell here in the area, my team and I would love to be your local real estate resource of choice. If you guessed already from the look, we're gonna go fishing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you over in the next video.